This is why I train in martial arts. What I consider to be a holy grail, some actual legal presentations and language that directly pertain to martial arts. Is not me having to take gun law stuff and apply it over to martial arts. This is some stuff from the same guy I started listening to, Andrew Branca, talking directly about martial arts situations and use of force. Let's check out this one.
I read this article, I believe it was in Black Belt magazine, and they shared a number of different stories of martial artists and confrontation. So there was this lady who...
I'm going to put the link to the whole video in the description. Please watch it.
Was a beauty queen, and everywhere she went, she kind of had problems. The women were jealous of her because she was a beauty queen. The men sometimes got a little bit too aggressive and harassed her. So she had a situation in a bar where...
Listen, as an aside, when we're talking about people attacking you for no reason, parents with kids, yes, they get attacked. They can get attacked because people are jealous.
A lady came up to her, was jealous, something to do with the boyfriend, and this was sort of the backstory. This lady had trouble everywhere she went because of her status as a beauty queen, and there was a fight, and she did not start the fight. It was started by the other person, and she was defending herself very well, and decided at the end of the fight to do a finishing blow, which was taking the head and smashing it to the knee and knocking out almost all the teeth of the individual that attacked her. They were incapacitated, taken away in an ambulance, and in the end, she got 1 year in jail for a disproportional response. The judge in the court ruled that, look, you had the right to defend yourself, but you went way too far. How do you feel about a ruling like that? And do you get into proportionality in your book and how to know what is proportional and not proportional?
Let me translate what he's about to say into plain language. You don't have the right to go crazy just because you're protecting yourself from somebody.
You know, Jim, I'm sorry to say that this is a problem we see in my office repeatedly with people who train in martial arts and then get in a fight. They believe that as long as they're not using a weapon in the fight, that they're only using non-deadly force. But that's not how the law defines deadly force. The law defines deadly force as any force that, yes, can kill, but also force that causes grave bodily harm, a disabling injury. Now, I know you're a martial arts student.
That means you shouldn't break somebody's leg because they kicked you and it didn't even hurt. Or they kicked you because they're mad, and then you do that step side kick, I'm not going to say where, to knock their leg in pieces and they can never walk again.
And I'm sure you know that there are many common martial arts defensive tactics, defensive moves, that while they don't kill, they certainly do cause disabling injury. Certainly knocking out someone's teeth is a disabling injury under the law. So under the law, what this woman did was use, quote-unquote, deadly force, as the law defines deadly force, which is fine if she was facing a deadly force threat. But she's not facing a deadly force threat, and she uses what's legally defined as deadly force in self-defense. She has, under the law, used excessive force and cannot justify that use of force in self-defense.
This is such excellent information. I really, folks, you've got to get this book. If you have the funds to take this class, you need to take his online classes. And if you teach martial arts, you need to understand when you're teaching people what the effect is of that technique and warn them that, hey, this is a technique that maybe you should only use this if you're possibly facing a life or death situation.
Yeah, we do that. We do. Let me find a camera. And if you're studying a martial art, you need to understand that some of these techniques are only for life and death situations. You don't get to break somebody's arm because they pushed you. I'm sure your instructor tells you that this is for life or death, but you think you want to do whatever you want to do anyway. You keep it up, you're going to end up going to jail. If you don't want to use restraint when you're defending yourself, you're going to jail.
Come and take our class for less than a tank of gas. Learn you use your hands and feet so thus won't kick your, you know, cheaper than a car note or any other bills. Cecil Taekwondo located in Temple Hills. Go to the Temple Hills Community Center and register for the Taekwondo class. Call 301-894-6616. You want to find out more? Go to cecilryu.org, cecilryu.org. Peace.